Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I am Deja B. I want to say thank you to my subscribers, and to those that have been watching. Today I will be sharing the top 5 haunted dark history stories. I will post new content 1 to 2 times a week. And, if you're a fan of creepy, scary, and history stories, I believe I have it here. So, with all that said, sit back, relax, and stay away from those dark corners. And let's get started.
Number 5.
In a small, close-knit town nestled between rolling hills and thick forests, there lived a man named Raymond Robinson. Affectionately known as Charlie No-Face, Raymond had a peculiar and haunting story that had become a local legend. Raymond had been a vibrant and adventurous young man until a tragic accident during his teenage years changed the course of his life forever. One fateful night, while exploring an abandoned electrical tower with friends, Raymond was electrocuted by a high-voltage line. The incident left him severely disfigured, with his face almost entirely burned and scarred. Unable to show his face to the world, Raymond withdrew from society, and the townspeople began to notice a lone figure wandering the streets at night. Despite his appearance, Raymond refused to let his disfigurement define him. Instead, he embraced the darkness that cloaked his features, and soon the legend of Charlie No-Face was born. The townspeople, initially frightened by his presence, soon realized that Raymond meant no harm. He became a mysterious yet familiar figure, a silent guardian wandering through the shadows. Raymond found solace in the night, away from the judgmental eyes of the town. He developed a unique way of communicating using gestures and nods, earning the trust and respect of those who took the time to understand him. Children, in particular, were fascinated by his enigmatic presence, and stories about the man with the hidden face became a bedtime favorite. One day, a curious and compassionate journalist named Emma arrived in the town. Intrigued by the tales surrounding Charlie No-Face, she decided to uncover the truth behind the legend. As she delved into Raymond's past and interviewed the townspeople, Emma discovered the resilience and strength that lay beneath the scars. The more she learned about Raymond's life, the more she realized that the man behind the legend was far from a monster. He was a symbol of perseverance and the ability to find light in the darkest of places. Emma's investigative journey became a quest to reveal the true story of Charlie No-Face, challenging the prejudices and misconceptions that had shrouded him for years. As Emma's connection with Raymond deepened, she uncovered the painful memories and the internal struggles he faced daily. Together, they forged an unlikely friendship that would not only reshape the town's perception of Charlie No-Face but also change the way people viewed those who were different. Eclipsed by Shadows is a heartwarming tale of acceptance, friendship, and the transformative power of understanding. Through Raymond's journey, the town learns that sometimes, the most extraordinary stories emerge from the darkest corners of life.
Number 4.
The mid-19th century, during a time when scientific curiosity knew few bounds, a mysterious experiment unfolded in the secluded halls of a research facility in France. Dr. Guillaume Duchenne, a pioneering neurologist, embarked on an unconventional quest to decipher the enigmatic language of the human smile. Driven by a relentless pursuit of understanding human emotions, Dr. Duchenne meticulously designed a series of experiments from 1854 to 1856, seeking to identify the genuine smile that reflects true happiness. His fascination with the intricacies of facial expressions led him to a profound hypothesis: the Duchenne smile, a specific muscle movement that, according to him, was the only authentic indicator of joy. The experiment involved the meticulous application of electrical stimulation to the facial muscles of willing participants. Dr. Duchenne sought to elicit a natural, involuntary smile that would engage the orbicularis oculi muscle around the eyes, distinguishing it from the superficial, socially influenced smiles. Among the participants was a young woman named Isabelle, intrigued by the prospect of contributing to groundbreaking scientific research. As she underwent the peculiar experiments, a hesitant smile slowly transformed into an expression of genuine joy, validating Dr. Duchenne's theories. Isabelle's experiences became central to the study, as her facial expressions, captured in detailed photographs, conveyed the essence of the Duchenne smile. As the experiment unfolded, Dr. Duchenne faced both acclaim and criticism from the scientific community. Some lauded his pioneering work, while others questioned the ethical implications of his methods. Meanwhile, Isabelle found herself caught between the scientific curiosity that fueled the experiment and the emotional toll it exacted on her. In the shadowy corridors of the research facility, a complex narrative of scientific ambition, ethical dilemmas, and the quest for understanding unfolded. As Isabelle's story intertwined with Dr. Duchenne's groundbreaking research, the experiment revealed not only the secrets of the genuine smile but also the blurred lines between scientific exploration and human experience. Echoes of a Smiled Secret explores the price of discovery and the ethical considerations that accompany groundbreaking scientific research. Dr. Duchenne's quest for understanding the human smile, though controversial, left an indelible mark on the study of emotions, reminding us that the pursuit of knowledge sometimes requires grappling with the complexities of the human spirit.
Number 3.
Edward Theodore Gain, also known as the Butcher of Plainfield or the Planfield Ghoul, was born on August 27, 1906, in La Crosse, Wisconsin. Raised by a fervently religious mother, Augusta, who preached about the innate immorality of the world and the evil of women, Gain grew up isolated from society on a farm in Plainfield, Wisconsin. Gain's life took a dark turn after the death of his mother. He began to exhume corpses from local graveyards, fashioning keepsakes from their bones and skin. His macabre activities escalated, and he confessed to killing 2 women, tavern owner Mary Hogan in 1954, and hardware store owner Bernice Wardens in 1957. His crimes were discovered in 1957 when authorities entered his home following the disappearance of Bernice Wardens. Inside, they found a house of horrors, with gruesome objects crafted from human remains. Gain was apprehended on November 16, 1957, and was initially found unfit to stand trial, leading to his confinement in a mental health facility. By 1968, Gain was judged competent to stand trial. He was found guilty of the murder of Wardens but was found legally insane and was remanded to a psychiatric institution. Gain died at Mendota Mental Health Institute from respiratory failure resulting from lung cancer on July 26, 1984. Gain's chilling story inspired several classic horror films, including Psycho, 1960, The Texas Chainsaw Massacre, 1974, and The Silence of the Lambs, 1991. His life serves as a grim reminder of the depths to which the human mind can descend when influenced by isolation, obsession, and mental illness.
Hello everyone and thank you for watching thus far. Before we continue, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment down below. And to make sure to hit that bell of darkness, so you won't miss my newly uploaded videos. Thank you and please stay seated.
Number 2.
Once upon a time, in the small colonial town of Salem, Massachusetts, a dark cloud cast an eerie shadow over the community. It was the year 1692, and the town was about to be consumed by a frenzy of fear and paranoia. This was the era of the infamous Salem witch trials. It all began innocently enough in February, when a group of young girls, led by Betty Paris and Abigail Williams, started experiencing strange and unexplainable fits. They would convulse, scream, and claim to see terrifying apparitions haunting their dreams. Filled with concern, the townsfolk sought answers, and the finger of blame soon pointed towards witchcraft. Whispers spread like wildfire through the tightly knit community, and suspicions turned into accusations. The first person to be accused was a Caribbean slave named Tituba. Under the intense pressure of interrogation, she confessed to practicing witchcraft and implicated others. Her confession set off a chain reaction that would have dire consequences for Salem. The accusations multiplied rapidly, and soon, anyone who was deemed odd, different, or held a grudge against their neighbors became a potential witch. The town became gripped by a collective hysteria, fueled by religious fanaticism and an overwhelming fear of the unknown. Neighbors turned against neighbors, friends against friends, as paranoia took hold. The trials began in March, with a court established to determine the guilt or innocence of the accused. The proceedings were far from fair, as spectral evidence, dreams, and hearsay were used as damning proof. The court was presided over by judges who believed wholeheartedly in the existence of witches and their malevolent powers. As the trials progressed, more and more people were arrested and imprisoned. The jails filled with men and women, the accused awaiting their day in court. Families were torn apart, and the once peaceful streets of Salem became a somber place, filled with tension and fear. In May, the first executions took place. Bridget Bishop, accused of bewitching several young girls, was the first to face the gallows. The town watched in a mixture of horror and fascination as she was hanged, her life extinguished in the name of justice. The air was heavy with grief and despair. The executions continued throughout the summer months, claiming the lives of many innocent people. Those who maintained their innocence were deemed guilty, while those who confessed to witchcraft were granted a reprieve. But the confessions were often coerced, extracted through physical and psychological torture. By September, the fever of the trials began to wane. The governor of Massachusetts, Sir William Phips, realized the travesty that had taken place under the guise of justice. He disbanded the court and pardoned those who were imprisoned. The witch trials were over, but the scars they left behind would forever haunt the people of Salem. In the aftermath, the community grappled with guilt and remorse. Families mourned their lost loved ones, and the once vibrant town struggled to rebuild itself. The Salem witch trials became a dark chapter in American history, a cautionary tale of the dangers of mass hysteria and the consequences of unchecked fear. Over time, Salem would come to acknowledge and learn from its past. The town would transform itself into a place of remembrance, using the memory of the witch trials as a catalyst for education and reflection. The shadows of Salem would forever serve as a reminder of the tragic consequences of prejudice, intolerance, and the dangers of letting fear guide our actions.
And here we are at number 1.
In the late 18th century, a remarkable man named William Bowmont was born on November 21, 1785, in Lebanon, Connecticut. Little did the world know that he would grow up to become a pioneer in the field of medicine and earn the esteemed title of the Father of Gastric Physiology. As a young man, William Bowmont displayed a natural curiosity and an insatiable thirst for knowledge. He embarked on a medical career, joining the U.S. Army as a surgeon at the age of 22. Throughout his service, he found himself stationed at Fort Mackinac, a remote outpost located in Michigan Territory. Fort Mackinac was home to a diverse group of individuals, including soldiers, fur traders, and Native Americans. It was during his time at the fort that Bowmont would encounter an extraordinary patient who would shape the trajectory of his career, Alexis St. Martin. Alexis St. Martin was a young French-Canadian fur trapper who suffered a grave injury when a shotgun accidentally discharged, leaving a gaping hole in his stomach. Although the wound eventually healed, it left behind a permanent opening known as a gastric fistula. Intrigued by this unique opportunity to study the human digestive system, Bowmont seized the chance to conduct groundbreaking research. Over the course of several years, Bowmont meticulously documented his observations and experiments on Alexis St. Martin. He inserted various types of food and substances into the fistula to observe their effects on digestion. By carefully collecting and analyzing gastric juices, Bowmont was able to uncover valuable insights into the intricate processes of the human stomach. Talk about painful. His research led to significant breakthroughs in the understanding of gastric physiology. Bowmont discovered that the stomach's acidic environment played a crucial role in digestion and that it secreted digestive enzymes. He also noted the effects of emotions, exercise, and diet on the digestive process. Realizing the significance of his findings, Bowmont published a series of scientific papers detailing his experiments and observations. His work garnered international recognition and established him as a leading authority in the field of gastric physiology. The medical community hailed him as a trailblazer, and his research laid the foundation for future advancements in the understanding and treatment of digestive disorders. William Bowmont's contributions extended beyond the realm of science. His work sparked a broader appreciation for the complex mechanisms of the human body and the importance of evidence-based medicine. His dedication and meticulous approach in documenting his experiments set a standard for scientific inquiry that continues to inspire medical researchers to this day. As the years went by, Bowmont's reputation grew, and he became a celebrated figure in the medical community. He continued his research and practiced medicine until his death on April 25, 1853, leaving behind a formidable legacy. Today, William Bowmont's name is etched in history as the father of gastric physiology. His pioneering work laid the groundwork for our modern understanding of digestion and remains a testament to the power of curiosity, observation, and scientific inquiry. His legacy serves as a reminder that it is through the relentless pursuit of knowledge that we can unravel the mysteries of the human body and improve the lives of countless individuals. Though this may sound all great to someone that is studying to be a gastroenterologist. But this is why I call this video Dark History. Even though Bowmont conducted more than 250 diverse experiments, most of involved inserting various food types directly into St. Martin's stomach through the fistula. The food was typically secured with a string that Bowmont left hanging outside the hole, leading to St. Martin's stomach. This setup allowed Bowmont to observe the digestion process directly. He would periodically remove the food to weigh it, then reinsert it to continue his observations. As you can imagine, these experiments often caused St. Martin discomfort and pain. Despite the significance of Bowmont's discoveries nearly 2 centuries later, his experimental methods have been criticized from an ethical perspective. Speculation surrounds why Bowmont never attempted to surgically close St. Martin's wound, instead leaving him with a stomach fistula. Some suggest that Bowmont intentionally kept the opening exposed to facilitate his medical experiments, potentially subjecting St. Martin to unnecessary lifelong discomfort. The relationship between Bowmont and St. Martin also raises ethical concerns as it extended beyond the typical doctor-patient dynamic. As indicated by 4 employment contracts, St. Martin lived and worked with Bowmont during the experiments. In return for accommodation, meals, and financial compensation, St. Martin served Bowmont's family intermittently for over 10 years. These contracts explicitly permitted Bowmont to experiment on St. Martin. However, subjecting a domestic worker to painful experimentation, especially when the worker's employer is also his physician, is ethically questionable. Given that Bowmont was St. Martin's sole provider of food, shelter, and income, it's debatable whether St. Martin was a willing participant in these historic experiments. The story of Dr. Bowmont and Alexis St. Martin is a significant chapter in the history of gastroenterology, shedding light on the process of digestion. However, it also serves as a stark reminder of the ethical boundaries that can be crossed in the pursuit of scientific knowledge. Bowmont's experiments, while groundbreaking, were conducted under questionable circumstances, with St. Martin subjected to discomfort and pain. The power dynamics of their relationship further complicate the ethical considerations, as St. Martin was not only Bowmont's patient but also his domestic worker. This story underscores the importance of consent, respect for patient dignity, and the necessity of ethical guidelines in medical research. It is a testament to the progress we have made in ensuring that the pursuit of knowledge does not compromise the rights and well-being of individuals.
Thank you for watching. Follow for more.